Hello, Mr. Parlington here, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to check out my visit to the video store, one of the few old school video stores still available, still open in Vancouver. Young kids, you're asking me, you're pondering, I can read your minds. So what's a video store? What's a video store? Well, back in the day, we didn't have streaming services, so you actually had to physically go to the store. I'm dating myself, by the way. You actually had to go to the store and get a movie and bring it back home. Obviously, with streaming, that has gone away, but still a few shops that still do old school video rentals, DVD rentals, and this one in particular had a lot of like interesting retro collectibles and things like that. So before further ado, like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave me comments if you see anything that interests you, and let's see what did I find at this video store. So I'm on my way to Cat Video, and I decided to start recording early because I'm in the Mount Pleasant neighborhood of Vancouver, and as you can see, it's gorgeous. I didn't know VideoCat had a birthday sale before I went there. There were a few gaming related things in the window, but there weren't any real games, so I was curious to go in and have a look. To be honest, when I went in, it just looked like a normal video store with a lot of DVDs and Blu-rays. Then I found this retro gamer special edition magazines, which was a nice find. I had never seen these before in the wild. And they also had these guides for The Last of Us and Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I had forgotten this game really existed. Also Assassin's Creed Black Flag and a guide for Final Fantasy XI. The funny thing is that there were no games in the store that were actually just in the bag. I had to ask the guy at the counter where the games were, and he said they were in the bag. So here's me going through all the games in the bag, and as you can see, there was a little bit of everything. There's some Wii games, GameCube games, a Wii U game, and some good ones like Resident Evil Zero is a good game. I already had it, so I didn't have to get it again. Now there's some PS3 games, more Wii games, a little bit of everything. This shows you that you have to ask. Sometimes when you go to a pawn shop, a thrift shop, garage sale, maybe they don't have games at the front, but if you ask nicely, they will find games somewhere. I just moved all the PS4 games because I'm not collecting any of those. So to be honest, now it's a good time to collect PS4 games because they are relatively cheap. Tetris Sphere, I hadn't seen that in a very long time. I was surprised to find that. Then we have some PS2 games, Pac-Man World. There's a remake for the Switch now, so it's interesting to see that. More Wii shovelware. I see there Resident Evil 4. They has been re-released many times, and now it's coming on PS5. More Wii games. And also the interesting thing on this is that the prices were not super crazy. What else do we have here? Yes, Soul Calibur, some like that Taito Legend is a good compilation. If you find it for cheap, I can highly recommend it. I already have it for the PS2. Some PSP games, I've forgotten some of these games even existed. Diablo 3, Little Big Planet, those are good finds as well. What else do we have here? Yeah, more PSP games. PSP movie. I don't know if you remember that. For whatever reason, Sony decided to put movies on the PSP. Some PS1 game. There was everything you could ever wish for in here. A little bit of everything. Here's a Ninja Turtles arcade game for NES. I think it's the first NES game I see in here. And also, I think there's, what else is at the bottom here? More Spyro, Spec Ops, another Nintendo game. What is that? I don't even know what that is. Oh, it's NES games, so those are interesting that those are the ones that are on the more expensive side.
I don't really have a lot of nostalgia for NES and SNES games, so I actually didn't buy any of them.
Thank you to VideoCat for letting me film while they were working. Let's check out what did I pick up. First is Star Fox Adventures. Now, this is a classic GameCube game. You cannot play this anywhere else. So if you ever want to try this weird mix of adventure game with Star Fox, one of Nintendo's favorite, most beloved franchises, you need to get a physical copy and either play it on a Wii or on your GameCube. So there you go. That's my first pickup, Star Fox Adventures. The second one, Tetris Sphere. Nostalgia again. I used to rent this, even dating myself again. I used to rent this from Blockbuster to play it on my Nintendo 64. Again, you cannot play this anywhere else. It hasn't been re-released. I was doing some research. I think Nintendo might own this franchise, this game, but yeah, it hasn't been published or anything else. Tetris Sphere is a version of Tetris that's actually on a ball, so you drop the pieces and you go and remove layers on top of a ball. And one of the particular things about this, some history here, it was originally an Atari Jaguar game that Nintendo saw at one of the CES or E3s and said, oh, we want this game on the Nintendo 64, so they acquired the rights for it. Something else about Tetris Sphere, it has a pretty crazy 1990s like techno soundtrack. I will shut up so that you can have you can listen to it first. Thank you again to VideoCat for letting me film while you were working there. Are you a fan of Tetris Sphere? Have you heard of Tetris Spheres before or Star Fox Adventures? Leave me a comment. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and like I always say, keep on collecting.